You'll be on just a minute, Angela.
Morning, this is cause number 2020-25312 in the interest of Mateo Lopez. Please, all parties, raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
True.
Ma'am? All right.
Yes.
All right. Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Ana Lopez, and I'm the mom.
Okay, sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Javier Leal, Dad.
All right, and for the state?
Angela Jeffrey John.
And this is a petition and a suit affecting parent-child relationship. We're having a hearing. Do we have any stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
All right, so let's read those into the record.
Sure. The parties, along with the state, have stipulated to joint manage a conservatorship with Ms. Lopez being the custodial parent to decide where the child will reside with a geographical restriction to Harris County or contiguous county. Parties have also stipulated to child support being $344 per month, Your Honor, beginning December 1st of 2020. And also that the medical support will be $78 beginning December 1st of 2020.
Is that all of the stipulations?
That's all the stipulations, Your Honor.
Okay, is that your agreement so far, Ms. Lopez?
Yes, sir.
Is that your agreement so far, Mr. Sandoval?
Yes, sir.
And so the issues are what?
Visitation, retroactive child support, and court costs, Your Honor.
All right, let's proceed.
May I call my first witness, Your Honor?
Yes.
The state calls Ana Justina Lopez Delgado. Ms. Delgado, you are the mother of Mateo Lopez, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is Mateo?
He's gonna turn 4 in February. So right now
And who
he's
is
3.
Okay. And who is the father of Mateo?
Javier Leal.
Okay. And when was the last time Mr. Sandoval or Mr. Leal saw Mateo?
About a month and a half ago.
Okay. And how long was the visit for?
Whole night.
Okay. And before that, when was the last time Mr. Leal saw Mateo?
A week before that, I believe, which is like around a month and a half ago too.
Okay. And how long was that visit for?
For approximately 4 hours.
Okay. And in the past, how has their visitation gone?
We've had a couple of issues.
Okay. And what type of issues have you had with visitation?
He calls me crying. He calls me telling me that Mateo is crying and he doesn't know why he's crying. So I have to like literally just go pick him up by outside his apartment. And also aggressive. He's very aggressive towards me.
Okay. Are you saying he's aggressive towards Mateo or he's aggressive towards you?
Towards me. So we've had issues because of that too.
Okay. And are you opposed to Mateo spending overnight with dad in the future if the court will order it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you opposed to him getting 2 nights to spend the night with dad if the court ordered it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what type of visitation would you be asking this court to set instead of overnight visitation with his father?
Like what am I willing to accept?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I don't mind him seeing him the days that he has to see him. But except for like when it comes to spending the night, I don't mind him seeing him the 8 hours that he has to, and all the days that he has to see his son, just not like the overspending the night.
Okay. Would you be opposed or do you want that to last indefinitely or are you saying you just on a temporary basis would not like to see any overnight visits?
Um, maybe like yeah, maybe that would be something permanent.
Okay, so I'm gonna re-ask the question. You saying permanent? I'm sorry, permanent. Okay.
Yes.
Do you believe that this is in the best interest of the child that he not have any overnight visits with his dad?
Yes.
Has he not had overnight visits before?
Yeah.
The last time that he saw Mateo, he did, because we had an agreement he was gonna see him during the day, and I had to do something. So I was like, okay, then you can spend the night because I had already told you like that you could have seen him during the day, and I guess I had something to do. It was my fault, but I asked him to bring him back right the next morning because he was insulting me, calling me names when he picked him up. Like as soon as he left, he was like calling me names, insulting me through messages. So I asked him bring me my son back, and he didn't. So he said I'll bring him in the morning, and he did bring him in the morning.
Okay. Do you think that he was going to harm your child? His child?
At this point, sir, I don't know because there's been a lot of issues where he's very aggressive, and I don't know if he's
With
gonna
who? With the child or with you?
with me. And also sometimes when he cries, like when the baby cries, he's like he gets mad and he acts like if the baby is still is an adult. You know, like he gets mad and he talks to Mateo like he's an adult. He's like, why are you doing that? You cry over nothing and blah blah blah. And I have to like literally pick him up. Like I have to tell him, you know what, I'm gonna go pick him up.
All right. Go ahead.
So you're okay with this court ordering some visitation, just never ordering any overnight visitation for Mateo, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because of the same reason that we had to call CPS.
Okay.
That
Now
I
you
had
just
to call.
mentioned CPS. What
Yeah.
happened with the CPS issue?
Not,
I received a call from his girlfriend or now wife. I'm not sure. the mother of his other two kids. I received a call from her, and she told me that my son was being abused and that he would hit him with shoes and stuff like that. And I called him, and he said it was a lie, of course. And so I didn't believe anything, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna call CPS so that they can investigate, because I'm not sure of anything right now at this point of what you do.
Okay, and what happened with the CPS investigation? Was it closed? Is it open? Is it pending?
It was closed. Like, I guess they investigated, and he was like, well, the baby has to have bruises and blah 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 for me to do something. And so I guess they closed the case, but I'm not 100% like sure what really happened in their house.
Okay. As far as retroactive child support or back child support, are you asking this court to give you or order back child support in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When was the last time you and Mr. Liao lived together?
Mm, I would say in 2018 when my son was born.
Okay. And
He
since
was
that time,
around
I'm sorry, I cut you off. Repeat that.
he was around 2 months when we separated. So it was still in 2018.
Okay. Um, and any money from Mateo since that time?
Ma'am?
Has he given you any money for Mateo since he was born?
Yes. He
Okay.
gave me money after I told him that he had that I filed for child support because he was really irresponsible.
Okay.
He started giving me money via money orders because he said that he wanted to have proofs after that, of course, because he already know
And
he
how
had
much?
to have proofs.
Okay. How much do you
$300.
estimate? Okay, so let me
He
ask.
gave
Hold on. Over 3 years, how much do you estimate Mr. Liao gave you for child support for this child, or to help you?
maybe around 2,500, I would say.
So $2,500. Okay,
Yes.
and split up about 2 months after he was born.
Yes, because he gave me one time through PayPal too. And yeah, I would say around 2,500.
Okay, so you're asking this court to enter a judgment in the amount for retroactive support minus 25 that he gave you, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have any personal knowledge of where he might have been working in the past 3 years?
Yes, I know he worked at some apartments as a maintenance or as a painting, like doing a little bit of everything in the apartments, like maintenance.
Okay. And are you aware of how much he made an hour by any chance?
No, ma'am. I just know he worked there for a long time.
Okay. And do you have personal knowledge if Mr. Liao has any other children under 18?
Yes, I believe he has two.
Okay. And as far as court costs, if any court costs are billed in this case, who do you believe they should be assessed against or billed?
To him.
I have nothing further for this witness, Sean.
Mr. Sandoval, do you have any questions of Ms. Lopez?
Yeah, she said I've been giving her $2,500. I think that's a lie. I've been giving
Do you
more
have
money.
do you have a question for her, sir?
Oh no.
No question. Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Jeffries.
The state calls Edwin Javier Leo Sandoval. Mr. Sandoval, you are the father of Mateo Lopez. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
When's the last time you saw Mateo?
Yeah, like a month ago.
Okay. And how long was that visit for, sir?
It was like probably for like 3-4 hours.
Okay. Have you ever had any overnight visits with Mateo?
Yeah, a lot of time.
Okay. Were there any issues when he spent the night?
Never.
Have you ever had to call mom to have him come picked up because there was an issue?
Never.
You said several times. So how many times do you estimate you've had overnight visits with Mateo in the last 3 years or even recently?
In the last a lot of times, because sometimes I used to spend sometimes a week with him when he was younger, little. I used to spend sometimes 3 days with him, 4 days. It depends because I see him whenever she wants me to see him. She gets mad all the time, so
Okay.
I gotta deal with her, you know. So it just I don't know how many
Okay. So
times.
if the court ordered overnight visitation, do you think you could take care of Mateo without any issues?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Is there any truth to her statement that Mateo has cried because of something that's happened at your house while he's in your possession?
No, not that I know. I never had a problem with my dad.
Is there any truth to you being aggressive with Mateo or her, or the custodial parent, Ms. Lopez?
No, ma'am.
As far as the CPS investigation, what was the outcome of that investigation?
Well, they came and visited me and they asked me a few questions, and after that, I don't know what happened. They didn't come back. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's in the best interest of the child that you be allowed to have overnight visits with him?
Excuse me?
Do you believe it's in the best interest of the child that you have overnight visits with him?
Yes, ma'am.
Um, is there any claim to any violence between you and Ms. Lopez in the past?
Nope.
Okay. Have the police been called on you or her in the last 2 years for family violence?
Yes. We've been calling. They've been calling police. Like,
I'd call
but
the police.
And when were the police called?
The
No,
police
no, no,
was
no, Ms. Lopez, you're not on the witness stand. This is a question for her, for Mr. Sandoval.
okay.
oh, last well, I called the police last time because her husband he was being well that day.
Objection, not responsive.
Okay, ask the question again, Ms. Jefferson. Listen to the question, Mr. Sandoval.
Okay.
When was the last time the police were called on you and her? When?
Oh no, with her no, I don't know. No, like four
I
years
know.
ago.
4 years ago. Okay, so not in the last 2 years have the police been called on you or her.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, you're not to talk right now. You're going to have an opportunity to ask questions and to say things. But right now, Mr. Sandoval is on the stand. This is not Judge Judy. You don't interrupt. Understand, Ms. Delgado?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, all right.
All right. All right. As far as retroactive or
Well,
back
let's
child
get back.
support.
Hold on. Let's get back to the question. This is very
Okay.
confusing. Mr.
Okay.
Mr. Sandoval, have the police been called because of some type of, you know, violence or something,
Yes.
arguments or whatever? When?
It was like maybe like 6 to 7 months ago.
And who called the police?
I called the police
And why did you call the police?
because that day she called me to go pick up my son. But whenever I got to the door, her husband came out. Her husband came out and he started hitting me out of nowhere. So and then my son came out. I grabbed him because I don't know. I think he was. I don't know what's going on with him. So I grabbed him. Whenever I grabbed him, she came out and she took the kid and I mean he took her and the kid inside. So I called the police because I don't know what's going on inside.
Did the police come?
Yeah, they came. Yeah, they came.
Was anybody arrested?
No, sir.
All right. And
Okay.
prior to that time, when, before that time, when was the last time police were called?
Oh, like 2 years ago, I think.
And why, and who called the police?
She did.
And why did you call the police?
No, she did. I didn't. She called the police.
Why?
Uh, I don't. To be honest, because she called it a lot of times to the police. So I don't know what was what she called the last time. I think
Have you been arrested
yes, sir.
for the when she called the police?
Yeah, but that was like 4 years ago when I got arrested, and I
And
went.
what happened to that case?
I fight it, and they dismissed the case because they found out. I think she's arrested me. Like I think they found out she one day she threw me we have a police statement that she threw me the my PlayStation and she broke the window and almost killed me. I don't know.
All right, go ahead, Miss Jeffries.
All right. If you had to pick up and drop off Mateo at Miss Lopez's house, would that be an issue?
No, no.
All right. When you exchange Mateo, do you pick him up from mom's house?
Yeah, sometimes her mom, her sister's house, or her house.
Okay, but with the past visit, has there ever been an issue with you picking him up and dropping him off from her house?
No, no.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
you had a problem
last
that
time,
one time,
yeah,
right?
that one. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that one time that was the only time I had problem. I'm sorry.
And that was
Okay.
how long ago?
Like uh, like a 6, 7 months ago.
And you've been to her house again to pick up the child since that time, and then there's no problem?
Yeah, no problem. But I mean, I don't have problems, but
But what?
I don't know if I'm gonna have to be going because I already had a problem with her and her husband, so I don't want to have the same problem. So I don't know if it's
Okay, Miss Delgado or Lopez, is there a problem with him picking up the child at your house?
No, there's no problem. I
Has there
don't
been
have
a
any problem.
problem? Has there
Have
been a
the
problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that has to do with your husband.
No, that was a month and a half ago when he went to go pick up my son, and I had a friend came over because I had made something to eat, so I invited him to come over, and I guess he saw my friend coming in at the same time when he picked up my son, because he walks because we live in the same apartments. So he picked him up, and as soon as he left, he started being aggressive, sending me messages like over aggressive, calling me names. And that's when I was like, bring me my son back, because I don't know if you're going to take this on him. The fact that you're mad, you're going to take it out on him. And he was like, no. And I even have the messages where I was like, I'm going to call the police again because I don't know if you're going to be aggressive. And he said, I'll just bring him to you in the morning. And which he did. He brought him the next morning. But before that, I did call the police on him maybe almost 2 years ago or less than 2 years ago, because he was being aggressive and he broke my window. And uh, he even messed up his hand, like his whole hand and a whole finger. And he left everything blooded outside, at the point where I called the police, and the police went to the oh, how do you call it, to the oh my
All
god,
right, all right, all right. I'm going to transfer.
they
I'm
went
going
to
to okay. I'm going to transfer this matter to the 312th District Court, and
okay,
DRO mediation is ordered.
okay.
All right. No temp orders, Your Honor. No temp orders whatsoever, Your Honor.
Ma'am, I'm sorry.
And we order any temp orders because it has stipulations, Your Honor. So are
No,
all the stipulations?
yeah, we can enter those as a temporary order.
Okay, the child support, the geo restriction, and the joint managing conservatorship.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So
I'm going to
issues
approve.
for
I'm going to approve the stipulated temporary orders,
okay.
which
And just so I,
includes child support, cash medical support, right, and the temporary managing conservatorship, et cetera. But that's as far as we're going to go on that.
okay, I will reserve all other issues for final order, Your Honor.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
May we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
All right. Parties, I need you to log off and log back into the other Zoom so I can get your information because this case is being transferred to district. So Ms. Lopez and Mr. Leo, log off and log back into the other Zoom. So that number that you used this morning, the 8 number, 892-0876, you need to log back into that one, okay? So I can get you your order.
All right.
So leave this room right quick.